Hello, and welcome to Discussions with the Director. My name is Shileste Overton Morris, and I serve as the Chief Program Officer at the Central Susquehanna Intermediate Unit and Director of the Center for Schools and Communities. These discussions give me the opportunity to share with you how our core values connect with our work here at the Center. Our core values include service to others, equity in action, passion for excellence, and innovation for growth. Today's discussion will focus on three of our four core values: service to others, passion for excellence, and equity in action, as we talk about our work through the Center for the Promotion of Social Emotional Learning, or CIPSL as we like to call it. As we talk about SEL Day, which will be held on March 10th, and our upcoming National Social Emotional Learning Conference, which will be held May 15th through 17th, right here in Pennsylvania. I'm so honored today to be speaking with Dr. Maurice Elias, a pioneer and esteemed leader in the field of social emotional learning. He's director of the Rutgers Social Emotional and Character Development Lab, founding member of CASEL and SEL for US, a recipient of many national awards, and I'm pleased to say a longtime partner with CIPSL and a friend. Welcome, Maurice.
It's my pleasure to be here with you.
So can you just tell us a little bit about your role in SEL for US and the work that they do and what it hopes to accomplish on March 10th at SEL Day? Excuse me.
Well, the Social Emotional Learning Alliance for the United States, SEL for US, is conceived of as a grassroots organization made up of 20 state affiliates, including Pennsylvania, of course. And the idea is to get best practices down to the local level and also to amplify voices for advocacy for social emotional learning, policy, and practice in schools. The whole idea is that we know so much about social emotional learning from research. Now the key is, how do we get it to every single school? High socioeconomics, lower socioeconomics, doesn't matter what the demographics are. Every school and every child deserves high quality social emotional learning experiences. And that's what SEL for US tries to deliver.
Great. And I'm glad you mentioned the research, because there seems to be some confusion, right, about what SEL is good for, what it's not supposed to do, what it is supposed to do, and why all schools, all students, and even adults, why it's important for them. So can you share a little bit about what's your perspective on SEL's importance for all of these different types of groups?
I think when we use the term SEL, social emotional learning, we sometimes mean social emotional learning interventions, but we don't use that word. But social emotional learning, or as we call it in our lab, social emotional and character development, is just a label for something that is inside every single one of us, from the moment of birth until the moment of passing from this earth. It's been true from time immemorial. So when people say, well, we can't have SEL, I mean, that's like saying we can't have oxygen in the air. It makes absolutely no sense, because these are the skills that enable us to get along in the world. They enable us to converse with each other. They enable us to establish respectful relationships. They enable us to focus and concentrate so we can learn and build other skills. Social emotional learning is what helps our valued outcomes to happen. And so they need to be pervasive. In fact, they already are pervasive, but what happens is we don't always teach them intentionally, and we don't always include every single student in the teaching. And so now what we understand from research is that if you don't have these skills, you are as impaired as if you don't have reading skills. And we want every one of our kids to optimize their opportunities for the future. And the way to do that is to make sure that every child goes to a school that prioritizes social, emotional, and character development as an equal priority with anything else that happens in the school.
You're so right. I think, I'm again glad you pointed to the research, because I think a lot of people are making assumptions about what social emotional learning is, as well as character development. and they really don't understand what the premise is and how it really, as you said, develops the whole child and the adults. Like we talk about soft skills not being prevalent in the workplace in certain generations. And these are the tools that young people use to build those soft skills that are so important and critical in their career and professional development. So thank you for that.
Yep.
As you know, we're hosting a national conference on social emotional learning, and finding common ground is our theme for this year. What are some ways you think we can begin to find that common ground among these diverse perspectives?
Well, this conference, which of course is quite special because it is a very practice-oriented conference, and people walk away with wonderful ideas that they can put to work, should help us think about common ground with regard to the fact that we all want the best for our children.
Mm.
We all want them to have the opportunity to take advantage of things that will advance them in their career and in their education. And I think the more we talk about those commonalities of our goals, the more we will agree on certain things that will help get us there. You know, one of those things is actually the fact that our kids need certain skills in order to go to and graduate college, get a job, keep a job, and advance in a job. And we need to emphasize the fact that this is true no matter what state you're in, no matter what country you're in, that these things are true. And so then we can begin to have conversations about how to make the best of it. But to me, the common ground is that we all want the best for our children. And if we keep that in focus, we will find a lot more we agree on than we disagree on.
I can't agree more, and some of the work that we're doing that focuses on making those commonalities and elevating them in diverse cultural contexts, especially thinking about the fact that we're all human, right? And as humans, we all have this need to be able to self-regulate, be aware of what's happening around us and with others, make good decisions. All of those 5 competencies that embody social emotional learning, and keeping at the forefront, right, as you said, the fact that we're looking for every kid to be able to have these characteristics, right, and embodied in them so that they can succeed. And it's not about Black kids or white kids or Hispanic kids. It's not about rich kids, poor kids, middle class kids. It's about, as you said, all kids.
Right. And
if we can just wrap our brains around making sure that all kids are successful, then we've done our job as educators. So
sometimes I ask the question, what kind of a school do you want your grandchildren to attend? Not your children necessarily, but your grandchildren. And when I ask that question, I get a universal answer. I want the school to be caring. I want it to be supportive. I want it to be warm. And that's the kind of school environment in which every child can thrive.
Yes. And with that, that is a perfect ending. Thank you so much, Maurice, for being here with me today and participating in our discussions with the director. Thank you for your work in the field, for making a difference every day in the lives of children across the country. So have a good rest of the day, and we appreciate you.
And I'll see you at the conference.